In that evidence, I got him to like admit everything he did. I got him to admit that. I was like, but you did this and this to me. I was like, you raped me when I was a kid. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, and then he does that manipulation, like I never mean to. And I was like, dude, I was just.
You had this all freaking recorded?
I had it all recorded. So I had that recorded and I was scared shitless. And then I stopped the recording with my volume. I stopped it. And then after, kid you not, he's like, let me see your phone. Make sure you're not recording anything. Thank the Lord I stopped recording. I thought I was gonna die right there. I was like, this is it. I throw my phone on the bed and he taps it and it's like a lock screen because I stopped the video. Because I stopped the video. And then after he's still going off. And I remember when I first walked in, like I saw his sons and they just like side-eyed me, mugged me, and walked away. I got out of there like in one piece, luckily. But I remember I went to Priscilla. I was like, holy shit, Priscilla, I have it on video. I have everything that needs to be, we're good. We're gonna be okay. And I remember him like telling me like, if you go to the cops, they're not gonna believe you. My son's a cop. And it's like, dude, come on. So I was scared too for the longest time. I was so terrified.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Mac, aka Mr. Mac, and welcome to the MAQ Attack, where martial artists attack life, past, present, and future, and just, where our journey has taken us, into everyday life. And I have the pleasure of sitting down with an old friend, Miss Kassie. Miss Kassie, introduce yourself. Say hello.
Hello. My name's Kassie.
So, just like your friend, we had your friend on the podcast, or your partner on the podcast.
Yeah, my partner.
And, I remember seeing you when you were a young lady, and you went through a whole lot of stuff throughout your entire life. So I kind of want you to just kind of start off by saying, who you are, when you started, what did you start doing, and kind of, your pathway through martial arts before we get into some of the deeper stuff.
Okay, so my entrance of martial arts is completely different to the last podcast y'all heard. I started a little bit later. I was around 12, and I was put into martial arts because my mom thought I was not confident. I was super shy kid, no confidence in myself, could never speak up for myself, just never. So she thought okay, I'm gonna throw her into martial arts. And one of my family members was already there at the gym. So then that's why I joined. So then me and my sister joined and I sucked. I was straight booty. I was so terrible. And then I remember my first time sparring, I'd sparred against Priscilla and I was like, dude, this girl's hella good. I didn't like her either. I was like, she thinks she's all that. It was just funny. It all ties back together. But I could not stand her and I was like, but she is really good. She's really good. But dude, she beat me up so bad. I'd get beat up by everybody. So it was so I was just not good at all. And then I wanted to quit so bad. I hated it. This is terrible. But then my families, I had my cousins doing it and I didn't want to quit because I was I can't be a quitter while everyone else is there, so I stayed, I stuck to it because I'm well, no one else has quit yet, so I'm gonna stay. And then I was there and then years go by and people start leaving, the higher ranks start leaving. And so then the attention kind of went back onto me. So then coach at the time was hey, you can be my next star. You see all these people, the spiel he does, you can be so good, selling me. And I was okay, I do want to be good. I do want to be good X, Y, and Z. I want to be better than them or just as good, right? So I would be there every day, after school, I would go straight there. I'd get picked up. I would train every day, all the time. And I was slowly getting better. I'm not going to say I was the best, right? But I was getting better. I noticed changes and I just wanted to be better. Not I didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed seeing my progress,
Right.
So yeah, so that's how I got into it. And that's just the beginning, right?
I mean, I think that's a lot of martial artists because I know that I was kind of a crybaby sissy in the very beginning.
Yeah.
My instructors so back when I was training, there was the competition team. We called it the Junior Olympic team. And we actually had to get invited. Not every student got to. Me, I tell all the students, if you want to try it, try it.
Yeah.
You might quit because it's hard, but if you want to try, come in. But back then, they're no, you have to have gotten the invitation to come. You have to do the tryout. If you do go to the tryout, we'll invite you to keep coming back. And I remember I wanted to quit at different times too for the same reason, but it's it's that almost pride stuff. You have that I suck. I'm getting beat up all the time.
Yeah.
But if I quit, everyone's gonna look at me oh crap, you couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So you just took the whoopings many times.
I just took it. I was shoot, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. And then I even had a young lady tonight in one of my classes. So I straight up told her, like, look, I can tell that you enjoy what we do here, but you're kind of here because your parents want you here. And she looked at me like, yeah. I was about like, when you make progress, when you do well, don't you feel like a little bit of like that rush, that happiness? Like, yeah, because she did a competition like 2 years ago and she did well and she actually enjoyed that piece. And she was like, I was like, look, you might not want to be here, but you're a kid. You have to be places. Yeah. When you're an adult, you have to do things.
Yeah.
So instead of making your situation worse, try your absolute best, improve. And when you see that improvement, you start to find that love and joy for something. It might not be your absolute thing, but you're going to start to find a better like love for the thing. That's why I love martial arts. It doesn't matter what it is, because you're going to get your ass put down.
Yeah.
You're going to get your ass put down once
humbled,
or twice.
Yeah.
And it's going to show you who you are and that ability to show the perseverance to kind of keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And I just remember so many just times I got my very first training, we had the A team, B team. So they put us in a little dark room, had the A team fighting each other. And we're 9 years old at the time. All the A team, except for maybe 2 kids that were our age, the whole A team were like 14, 15, 16, stuff like that. So they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
And we're watching them kick the shit out of each other, just beating each other up. And then they said, all right, spread out. And they made each of the B team members, us, go fight one of the A team members. And they were whooping our butt. First chick I got was one of the older chicks. And she's tall, thick. She was one of the heavier set girls. Yeah. And she is way taller than me. Like right now, she's still taller than me to this day. And I was a short little kid. And she just axe kicked me right in the face, knocked me to the ground. I'm crying. Coach says, get up. Boom.
Yep. Keep going.
Keep going. So it's like being able to get through that kind of stuff really helps you kind of push through life. And that's what I love about martial arts in general.
Yeah.
Now, kind of shifting gears. Unfortunately, you were in the same situation that one of our guests, Priscilla, was in.
Yeah. And
you had to go through a very traumatic experience and deal with the same, monster that, we are thankful that he's put away today.
Yeah.
But let's kind of shift gears and where, did things start to kind of show face to you? Like what was wrong? What was difficult? What was your experience with all that?
Yeah. So like, I remember like one time I spent the night and like everyone was drinking. I was like, everyone knew like they would drink at the after party. And I drank for like, I think my second time there, right? I remember like being passed out on like this futon. He had like a massage futon table in his office. And then I remember like waking up to him like doing shit to me. And I was like, and I remember in my head, I was like, no, like this guy, like he's known to be like this charismatic, great guy. I was like, there's no way this is happening. And like, I remember like that day on, I was so scared to say anything because I was like no one's gonna believe me. They're like, this guy's known for like this, he's such like, everyone says he's like good coach. He's like, how he is. He's like very, he played that role. Like I'm a family man. Yeah, I'm this family man. I'll never do anything to hurt your kids. Right? That's the role he played. So I was like, I remember like I was like 14, 15. Like, no, he's he's a monster. And I thought, and I was like, dude, no one's gonna believe me. I just stood quiet. And then I stood quiet because I was scared to say anything because like he has this like army of people with him, right? Like he always had like his crew, his crew that worked with him. I was like, oh gosh, it's crazy. So like I just never said anything. And I stood quiet because that was me. I never said anything. And like as I stood quiet, obviously like it was like I was left alone for a bit, and then like shit again happened, right? So all the weird shit happening, and dude, I just can't leave though. If I quit, like my mom's gonna be like, why are you quitting? Aren't you there every day after school wanting to get better? I was like, it's just gonna like I didn't know what to do. I was like cornered.
In your head, did you feel like if you gave the truth out that people wouldn't believe you and that you're just making an excuse? And
I think so at the time because like I feel like he thought he had so much power, and like hearing people from like the past like try to speak out. Like I didn't know that at the time, but like I feel like no one would have believed me, or I had no evidence built up again, like to like expose him yet, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that like it happened, and all the weird shit happening, right? And I'm not one of the first people, and I'm not gonna there's a lot of people out there, and there's people that I don't even know who haven't spoke up about it. So it's unfortunate, but as like shit started happening, like kind of like became like numb to it, I was like, Like I was just so scared. And then I remember like shit got like, it became more than just like the touching stuff that became like scary. It was more of like the controlling behind this man. Like there's like, no one knows the actual, like everyone knows he's in jail for touching girls, raping girls, right? But like no one knows, or not everybody, like only a certain amount of people know of like how psycho this man. This man was like true monster, like narcissistic, controlling freak. So like people like, I know people will ask like, why did you stay so long? Why did you stay so long? That's like one of the big questions, right? And so that's one of the reasons why I got scared to speak up too. Cause like I stayed so long. Why did I stay so long? And I remember like reflecting back. I remember like my senior year of high school. That's when like shit got like out of like control. So I remember like being a senior in high school, I wanted to do like hood rat shit. I wanted to be out with my friends, you know, like,
Right.
and I was a really good student. I'm not like trying to say that to boost my own ego, but like I had good grades. I never like skipped classes. I was always on top of my shit. And then I remember like one day, like I was like pulled into his office and I was like, I don't think I want to. Or I was like, I don't, like, or I was like, I just want to take time off at least. Like, I want to enjoy my senior year. And then that's when like I saw his eye, like, no. But, like, he didn't say no, but he was like, but if you leave, I'm going to focus on somebody else. And you've been working so hard, this, and that. And like, he kind of like cornered me to stay. I don't remember what he said. He's super manipulative and like makes you feel sorry for him. Like, I need the help. You're my right hand. You're supposed to, you know, and I'm like, and I'm 17 years old. I'm a freaking kid. Like, you know, I was I was basically forced to stay. You know, like he just had that manipulation. I was too scared. I was like, okay, like I guess I'll stay to help you. He's like, if you leave, then you're not gonna be the best. This and that. Whatever. But then I was like, okay, well, I'm fucking stuck here. And then I remember like at the time me and Priscilla weren't talking. Because like when I first started, like we were like this close. And then one day we just stopped talking. I never knew why. Well, I mean, I can get into that after. But I remember like my senior year, like after I had that conversation with him, whatever, I remember like it was a Christmas party, the famous Christmas party. Priscilla like came and like talked to me. And I was like, oh, what's up? Whatever. And then like they needed like salsa for the party. So my mom's like, oh, take my car. Oh, have Priscilla go with you. Whatever. And he lost his shit. What the fuck? He's going crazy over that, right?
So you took off to go get salsa with her.
Yeah, with her.
And he got pissed off for that reason.
He got pissed off. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, weird. So then we went. And then like me and Priscilla kissed. That was the first time we kissed in like forever, years, right? Mm-hmm. And then like we come back and like this man's like not talking to me and anything. I was like, okay, it's weird. That's
give me the cold shoulder out of nowhere.
Why are you being like cold towards a kid? Like I was so confused. I was like, okay. And then I remember like that following Monday, he pulled me into the office. He screamed at me. This man screamed at me. He was like, your loyalty's been tested. I was like, what are you talking about? Like all this, he always like was really persistent on that loyalty. I mean, you know that, right? Yeah. He was like, you can never talk to Priscilla. I was like, why? He's like, because like she stabbed my back. She talks about me, this and that. You just can't trust her. And she talks bad about you, you know, like just listen to it. I was like, he's like, if you ever talk to her again, like bad things are going to happen to her. I was like, wait, what?
Bad things are going to happen to her?
Yeah. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I'm like, me being a kid, I was like, I don't want bad shit to happen to her. So I remember I was like, oh, talking more Priscilla. But then we ended up still talking in the DM. But this man was like, he did not want us to talk ever. Like, ever.
Did you and Priscilla go to the same school?
No.
No. So, so you only saw each other at the studio?
Yeah. So we were really close. Everyone knew us as being really close. And then we stopped talking and we quote unquote hated each other. We played that role of like hating each other, like before our senior year too. But like we always had deep love for each, like there was always going to be love for each other, no matter what. Like even as a best friend, partner, whatever, like there was always love for each other. But we always played this role of like hating each other. We like pretended to like be competition towards each other, but it was really never that. Like we just play that role so people don't question anything. Right. So yeah. So me and Priscilla were never allowed to talk.
So you guys kind of had to learn to basically like lie and sneak around, almost kind of play the manipulation game so that you guys can do what you want to do.
So, but I was so
That
confused.
sucks.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So I was always confused. I was like, why can't I talk to Priscilla? Like, why? Like, it never clicked to me. And I was like, really like innocent person back then. So I never put two and two together. Like, I never thought like things were happening to her. Or I never thought about that or other people.
So at this point, you think you're the only person, or you don't realize that there's other people that have been going through the same thing?
Yeah, because it was just me being like kind of like in his like circle in a way, but without being in his circle. But like I feel like a pawn, right? Just like, so I was like
making you feel a part of something, but also isolating you at the same time.
Yeah. So my senior year goes, right? And like this man is like crazy. Like you can't go out with your friends. And I was like, why? What the fuck? Like what the fuck's wrong with you? Seriously, like why are you being so crazy? And so then he would stalk me. It was just so crazy. So then I remember like I started like being distant towards all my friends in a way, like not for his pleasure, but more as like I'm trying to protect them and I don't want to get them involved with my drama. So there's a lot of people like I just cut off. And I do feel bad to this day. Like you guys never got that closure. And then some of my friends too, I had talked to them and reached out and like told them everything. They're like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? Like, that makes sense. Like don't worry about it, you know? So I always felt bad about that. But yeah, so that it just like got so crazy with that. But me and Priscilla would still sneak around and like hang out. And like by this time I had a car and it was like COVID. So we would hang out on the DL, not letting anyone know, whatever. Like no one wanted us together at the time. Or at least it felt like that. Maybe because it was him. But it was just like so bad. Like so times we would stop talking because like, we're like, dude, this is not worth it. But like, I never understood why. And then fast forward like years later, like I was just like being like so controlled. Like it was so crazy. Like I remember one time I did sneak out with Priscilla one time. We went to like Jamba Juice or something. And like and this man, I tell you not, I'm going home and I see his car passing by my house. Like he passes my car and I was like, what the fuck? This man is crazy. He would like text me like, what are you doing? And like, I would think sometimes I'm like, how did I get myself in this situation? Like, how do I get out of this? Right? Like, how am I like allowing myself to be controlled? And at one point I thought like, I'm never escaping. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here in this freaking gym. And I'm never leaving. And like, I thought about it too, like maybe like this is best so like no one else gets hurt and it's just me. No, it's like when something like things happen to you, it's like, okay, whatever. But then when I found out like things were happening to Priscilla, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
When did you find that out? When did you guys finally have the discussion, or where you realized you both are going through the same thing?
Dude, oh my gosh, I can tell you like vividly remembering. I remember like it was just like we were both super emotional, like had shit going on, right? It was 2022, 4 years ago, like around February, March. And then she came to my house and we were in her car. And then she was like crying, like telling me stuff. Like, I was like, well, what is it? And then I was thinking like, oh my gosh, she knows that stuff's happening to me. And she's like, no, it's happening to me, or it's happened to me and it still happens. I was like, wait, what the fuck? But then I was like, wait, I thought you knew it was happening to me. So then we both just crying. We're crying in the car for hours, like saying everything, right? And then that's when it clicked. I was like, he never wanted us to talk because he knew the power we had together. He knew like we got so close the first month of me training there. So like, and then till then, like even of us not talking, like we found each other back and like we told each other everything, no matter like what happened between us. And like he just like we just had so much power. Like we didn't like he made me feel like I had no power. But then at the end, like I had all the power. Right? Not raising, right?
Yeah.
He's the one.
Like he was trying to separate you, separate you guys as much as he possibly could so that there wouldn't be any discussion, so that it would always be known, never be known that it was happening to multiple people.
Yeah. Well,
you feel like you're trying to protect people when not realizing that, it's happening to so many different people that if you guys came together, you guys could end it all.
Yeah. So that's why I never understood like why, Priscilla, why did you stop talking to me? Right? But it was because he told her to stop talking. He was like, you can't. So he played the same role he played on me later on. So then he flipped the switch. he said like, you can't trust her. You can't. She's like new. You don't know who she is. And then years later, and then like he did it to me where, well, Priscilla's talking shit about you. You can't trust her. You can't do this. And then we like connected and like, holy shit. Like this whole time, even though like he thought he like won, we never hated each other. We just played it like we did, you know?
What makes me sick is, again, like my family, my mom and I, we've known him for years.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's known him for years. We've known the kids, all that stuff. We would go visit you guys at your stuff, your things. He would invite us, stuff like that. And every time we'd how are you? We'd sit down, he'd tell us. And he always had like a story about how, oh, this person did this person did that.
Did, right?
When I went up to him to let him know that you got, because, you know, martial arts is supposed to have the respect for each other. Yeah. I went to let him know that you guys were going to come train with me.
Yeah.
Said the exact same shit about you guys. Like, can't be trusted. Yeah. Don't trust them with money. They do this. They talk a lot of shit. Blah, blah, blah. Just be careful. And I'm like,
okay.
I don't put people in that situation. Like, they're not going to handle my money. They're just going to help teach classes. That's it.
Did that like ever make you
And it was just going to be like the sparring stuff. But like, I just never really thought of it that way.
Okay.
The times felt weird as a younger person because, again, I was a kid hearing these stories here talk. I never really thought about that. Yeah. Also, I'm not a part of your guys' world, so I'm just like kind of visiting. Yeah. So I'm not in that danger or seeing this kind of stuff or noticing it. So it never really, you know, I never put two and two together till after all this blew up. Now I'm remembering all the different talks we had and the way he was talking. And even the way he would kind of go off on people on Facebook. It's like, even my mom would,
do you remember that?
My mom was asking, like, is he okay?
He like going off.
He's going off and talking hella shit, like randomly, like, hey, relax, dude. Like, chill.
What's your problem? I was literally talking about that the other day with Priscilla and like my other friends, like who went to the gym. I was like, do y'all remember when he would just like go off and like type in all caps and like people are burning me or like, it's like, dude, you're like what, 50 something years old, like posting shit like this. Like, and like he would direct those towards me sometimes when I'd be like out doing shit. He's like, you can't, like there's no loyalty, this. And it's like, bro, you in this fucking loyalty word. Like you ain't loyal, bro. Like you're crazy. So
I mean, not to like, you know, compare myself or say I'm better or not, but like when you told the story of how like he made you feel guilty for wanting to leave and stuff like that. I've had students help me out here. And like, I had like, you know, one of my students, she was helping teaching like 2 or 3 days a week for me. So I got a chance to like go do my own thing. And it was amazing. I don't get to do that no more because when she wanted to do stuff, I said, go for it. For the longest time, she was like, oh, I'm going to do this and this. I'm like, look, you're a big help. I love your help. But if you want to do something, do not stay here. And I had to have another talk with her because she thought I was pushing her around. I didn't want her here. Yeah. And I was like, that has nothing to do with it. I never want to hold you back. Yeah. I don't want you here out of obligation for me. If you have an opportunity to do this. Even in high school, that person that I'm talking about really didn't want to do like the extracurriculars. Yeah. Like that was her. I was like, look, this is your one time in high school. Do it. Yeah. And she ended up joining some type of team and really enjoying it her senior year. Yeah. And she even told me too, like, you know, she lightweight regretted not doing stuff like that in high school. So I told you, like, this was your opportunity. Like, I wanted you here. Like, you helped me out. I got to rest. I've been doing this forever. I've been doing this since 1998. I've been teaching since 2003. I might be young, but it's a lot on you. Yeah. So like her being here was one of like the best things for me because I got to have some type of release or relief. Yeah. But as soon as she told me that there was these opportunities, I was like, go for it. Go for it. Do not look back because I want you to take what you got from me and then thrive later on without me. I don't want you feeling like stuck or obligated. It doesn't like, you know what I mean? So it's like just hearing the way that like, you know, just trying to make you guys feel guilty. It's just that those like when you see on Netflix, you see all these Netflix documentaries of like all the control and how they're trying to make you feel bad. It's like, and it happened right around me, right in front of me. And like, you just don't see it. And it that's what really like breaks my heart about this whole situation. Cause like, again, I not every single aspect, but I looked up to him. Yeah. And I try to mirror some of the way that I try to bring our studio together after that, but only from what I saw on the surface. Yeah. Like I found out like after all this stuff came out that when you guys do your sleepovers, that no parents were allowed to be there at all. Yeah. And I thought that was freaking weird. That is weird. And I was like, what the hell? Like I had parents, because we do our sleepover, we used to do it like twice a year. We do it once a year now. Yeah. And I tell parents, come, sleep on the mat with us, watch the kids train, like be here all night. Like I don't want you guys feeling uncomfortable. I've had parents sleeping in like their cars in the parking lot because they, you know, it's their babies. They're a little weird, but like, cool. I have my mom right here or an adult lady here. I'm on this side. We put lines on the floor. You know, everyone's here where they need to be. Like we keep it as good as possible.
Yeah.
But parents want to come through. It's like when you are really isolating kids away from their parents, away from their friends, it's like, how did we not see that? How did people not notice?
Like he sold us in that, like, oh, I have this woman here that's gonna be here, so don't worry about the girls. But it's like his people, people he chose, and the people he groomed to be around. So that's why it's like, and everyone's like, oh, okay, and like he made it seem like comforting in a way, like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I have kids, I have this. Like, I'm a good guy, I'm a family man. But it's like, dude, no, you're not. You're weird. You're weird, and like, yeah, he was. It's like, and like going back to like all the extracurriculars, like that was my biggest regret too. Like I look back, like I was never able to do sports in high school, and like that's my biggest regret. Like, and whenever like not just me, but like other people like try to do sports in high school, and he was like, no, you can't. Like, then you're off my team. And it's like, then it's like, yeah, fuck your team then, right? But then in the moment you're like, yeah, like I respect this man so much. Everyone looks up to him. I can't be the only one like just walking, which I wish I would have, right?
Yeah.
I wish I would have, you know?
I remember when I just got my black belt when I was 13. I was in year-round school, so I didn't have a summer all throughout my grade school years. So then right when I get right into middle school, we have summer break. Yeah. I just get my black belt. I just tested, I'm a black belt, and I had nothing to do. So I started teaching here in Morgan Hill every single day. So I was teaching and taking classes pretty much 6 days a week for almost 2.5 years. And then almost 3 years, my, for 7th, 8th, and freshman year. And then I was healthy enough to play football my sophomore year. Mm-hmm. So I told my instructor, like, I want to do this. Like, I can't teach and be here every day. He's like, I get it. Go ahead. And like, it was so easy for him to like let me just kind of go because I was teaching for him every day and do all this stuff. And I'm the one that got upset and like feel like, wait. That's it. I remember going home kind of crying a little bit. I was like, I thought it was more important than we had another conversation. He was like, no, like I want you to do your thing. Yeah. So just kind of hearing the contrast between my instructor and your instructor and how like just philosophies and words, just like, damn, dude, like I wonder like how many people that were in his circle that, he leaned on, used to like with his manipulation. How many of them were in on it and how many of them were fooled by his charisma?
I think like a lot of like the inside circle people, they all knew. They all had it, right? Like with like me, like, cause I was like, I would work after school program and I would teach. But like he kept certain like shit away from me. So like I didn't see everything. So that's why I was like people thought like I was in that group, but I was like more like I was being used.
Right.
Like I was like 16 years old when I started, like 16 when I started like actually helping. It's like my school was down the street. And, it's like, it's a shame because like some people were like, well, why were you there? But I'm like, I was a freaking kid, like I did not know like anything better. And like, I didn't realize.
I mean, that's what grooming is. You groom people up to basically not know any other way of life, to do anything else. And sometimes they might be doing things for you without even understanding exactly the extent to what they're involved in. Yeah.
But like the difference between me and like some of the people that he actually did groom is I knew it was wrong when something was happening to someone else. Like with me, like when shit was happening to me, I was like, whatever. Like it's not okay.
Right.
It's not okay. But like I was at that point in my life where I was like at a low where I was like, I don't care. Like not like I don't care, but like maybe I do deserve to be treated like this because But then once I heard everything happening to like Priscilla, I was like, fuck no, hell no. I was like vivid, like I saw red and like I stopped. Like I was like, I'm gonna fucking, oh my gosh. So I remember like that day, like I was trying to, during that time, like when me and her told each other 4 years ago, like a few months before he got arrested, I was like, I'm leaving this gym. I was like, I can't be here anymore. I was like, and I don't care. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he threatens me with. I don't care. I did not care because it's like someone I loved is being hurt. That's different. That's a different type of pain. If it happens to you, it's not okay and it hurts, right? You deal with it in your own way. But then seeing it to like someone that you love, like, fuck no. Like, fuck no. So, sorry.
I mean, I think that's what sucks about a lot of us. A lot of us will think, maybe not think we deserve certain things, but if things are happening to us, we kind of let things slide.
Yeah.
And until we see it happen to someone we really care about, it's like, we just kind of like roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And it's really sucks that that's how a lot of us are. I know in my life, there have been certain things that I've kind of been that way with.
Yeah.
And like a small example is our babysitter that I went to when I was a kid, she used to hit us a lot. I got beat as a kid, not by my mom and dad. Like my mom hit me once good and I deserved it. I was messing up bad. Yeah. And a lot of parents hit, but like my mom gave me one good one. And with my mom, I was always pretty good. But my babysitter and her sons beat the shit out of us. I remember getting smacked in the face with rulers and stuff. And I thought, my parents took me there. Yeah. They paid every week. This is the service.
Yeah, like this is
so
part
I was
of
like,
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up getting in trouble when I was, like 12. Like right before I got on my block, I got in trouble because I was stealing and shit. And I should have been doing that. But they sent me back to her.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm there, but I'm older. And I looked at her because my little cousin was there and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And when she was like coming into the room, I looked and I told her, don't you dare. Yeah. Not when I'm here. Yeah. You don't. And I still kept my mouth shut. Yeah. Like I never said it. We never said anything to her. Like we had like a family dinner. We were older and we said something. And then all of us, my brothers, my cousins, were like, yeah.
Yeah. She like.
And then my parents and my aunt and uncle, they were looking at her like, why the hell you didn't say shit? It's like, oh, well, we thought that it was. Normal, it was normal. Like we figured that that's what this was.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why do we feel that way? Like, why is that like our first instinct?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, cause like when I remember like when Priscilla told me like her stuff, I was like so heartbroken. Like that hurt. It hurt really. Like it hurt. That was like one of the most painful things I've ever heard. I remember like after like, this, like I'm telling you, this guy, like during that time, he was like drugged out, like speaking, going crazy, right? Like looking at my every move. Who are you with? This, and that. Like, bro, at this point, I didn't care. And then I remember like, cause he would threaten me with a bunch of stuff. Like, right. And then like, that's why I never did anything. Cause I was scared. Like, so you don't know what anyone's capable of, right? And so I remember like, I think I called him. And I said, I know what you did to Priscilla. And if you ever try to like do anything to her, I'm going to expose you that you fucking raped me. He's like, he got so scared. I remember he was crying, saying, I didn't ever mean to rape you. I just like, I was like, bro, what? And I was like, I was so vivid though. I remember I was so angry. Like I saw red and I was like, I don't care. I'll bring you down. Your whole family's going to hate you. I was like, I don't care. I was so like, so that's where it all started. Like me, like being so angry, like after, and like, that's when I like finally like was like, done. Like, this is like, and I left the gym. And the day I left the gym, I remember I just left. And at the time, Priscilla's house was literally like a block from the same street, the street you
on
go
Elm?
On like there was Elm and then going down like
yeah.
Right?
I know you're talking about.
So she lived in like a neighborhood over right there. 2 minutes away. Well, before like when I'd sneak around, I'd like park my car like 2 blocks away or I'd Uber. It was so funny. Like I was like, can't let my car, because like he was so crazy to the point where he would like have his people drive around her neighborhood to see if my car was there. Like that crazy. But anyways, when I left, I remember like I was like, I'm leaving. I don't care. Like I think he was like kind of like he was already like on edge. Like he knew he was being watched, so he kind of just like. But I remember he was like, I need you to return your gym keys. Like, okay, fine. But I remember I told Priscilla, I was like, I'm gonna go. I will call you if anything bad happens. I was like, I'm gonna record our conversation. Something told me record this conversation because I remember at the time, like I remember thinking like he brought up. I was like, if we have to speak up, I need some people to believe us, right? So I was like, I'm gonna record this. Something told me to record it. So I went in. I was so scared. I was like shaking. His family's sons are there. They're like, they hate me now. They hate me because he's gonna portray this negative image of me. I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I saw a parent when I walked in that I knew. I was like, okay, if something bad happens, I'm gonna scream. Scream, and there's someone there to help me. So I remember I record like the voice record on my phone. Then I'm turning my keys. I don't say anything. And then I remember he was like, so like, this is how you treat my, like he goes into this crazy spiel. And then I was like, I'm just like, I can't be at this gym anymore. Like, I can't do it. This is insane. He was like, he starts like, he does this smirk. I'm like, that's like this.
That smug ass smirk that he had.
That smirk. He goes, He's like, I know you're with Priscilla. And I was like, who said that? I just know. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I remember I recorded this, because I remember like submitted this too. I submitted this as evidence eventually. He said, I'll fucking kill Priscilla. You will not love her. And I was like, what? He's like, you won't ever love her. I was like, fuck. Like, that was the scariest shit ever. He was like in my face, like, you're not like, and had me cornered. And I was like, what the actual? And I was like, I was so terrified. I was like, so shit happens to me. I don't care. You threaten me with my life. I don't care, right? But you threaten the person I love. I'm like, holy shit. And he was like, you won't love her. And I was like, what's wrong with you? Like I was like, I'm not even with her. So I was like, I don't know what you're tripping out. I was, but I was like,
yeah.
And like, I would have like nightmares, sleep paralysis. I don't know if you heard of that. I have that every night. Like, and I would like talk, and like Priscilla would have to like wake me up out of it. And I'd be like crying just from being like, I think just from the trauma hitting. Right. So like, well, like fast forward, like we're in Disneyland, my birthday. And I remember we're at the grocery store, and like I get a call from Priscilla's mom, like saying, don't tell anyone this. But she said, Ernie's in jail. And I literally like I felt a relief. Like I didn't even know I had an idea why he was there, but like I didn't even care. I was like, oh my gosh, what a like relief that I just felt so relief. And I was like, felt so good. Finally, like, and then
damn.
Yeah.
Man, like again, this whole situation breaks my heart to this day. I'm so angry, like talking about it, but it's important too. That's why when you guys wanted to tell your story, like I was more than willing to. Yeah. Like I said to Priscilla, like I was afraid to, do this. That's why I didn't reach out to you on my own, because, I was around for so long, but I just never saw anything like that happen. And, to me, I was like defending him when people had negative shit to say about him. So I was like, dude, I was part of the manipulation. Like I was manipulated too. Sure. Like, even when his ex-father-in-law used to like talk shit about him and like say stuff, and like I would kind of defend some of his points, like, nah, he ain't like that. He would never do shit like that. And like, I'm completely fucking wrong. Yeah. And I think I asked Priscilla this, but like when we were right here and I told you guys I was going to talk to him, you guys gave each other this fucking look. And that look haunts me to this fucking day. It really does, because like I saw it, I remember it, and I didn't think two things about it really. And then he starts talking shit about you guys, about not being trustworthy. I was like, one, it's not that big a deal. Then two, like, wait a minute, like, what was that little look they gave? Like,
I remember that. Like, I remember that. And then he texted me too after that.
Did he?
He texted me like, oh, you're going to go to Michael's gym? Like I already put in like your kooky one, which he never did. He's a freaking liar. And then you see how he sweet talks everything. Like he's such a pathological liar. But I remember he sent me like a fat text, like, and I showed Priscilla, like, dude, this guy's crazy. I was like, fuck, like he's gonna call him. Like that's like.
What went through your head when I told you I was gonna go to him?
I was like, I remember like I do remember like giving this lecture. I was like, because I was like, he's gonna talk shit about us, and I was like, and I don't know how Michael's gonna feel about us now. Like I don't know what he's gonna tell him. I don't know now. Like I didn't know like. Like I don't know how you
guys knew me, but you didn't know me like that.
Yeah, so I was like, he's gonna like push us away now, or it's just gonna be weird. I'm like, dude, like this is like. And I remember like you kind of like after you're like, oh, I talked to him, and like you didn't really say obviously you didn't say much, but he was just like, but he said that he already like ordered your certificates. I was like, oh no, I don't think he did, and like. But then we were really cool after that. Yeah. Like it was fine.
You guys helped me out for a little bit while still.
So I was like, okay, like. I was just like, but then I remember like he sent me a text. I was like, bro, with this guy, like he's so crazy. And like, oh my gosh, there's like so many stories where like how crazy this man is. Like it's like people would see like when I was like training, like once I got to like a higher like level, like I began to hate it. And there was one point where I loved it, hated it. And I hated it. And like whenever like I'd fight or spar, I just like I let like ego out, like to be cocky, because I was just so angry at like my situation going on. And so then I would get like out of hand. Like he would, what's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. I remember like he grabbed me one time and threw me in the office. And like we had, at that time it was like, we were doing like a test match with like, it wasn't Dado. It was like, the other one. What's
KPMP?
Not KPMP, but like the one that was the business like right off San Carlos. It was with Dado, but
I don't remember.
I don't
It's been
remember.
around. It's
One
been
of them.
changing a lot
So,
over the years.
It was the guy that like kind of like ran that, and then like there was like this Olympian Taekwondo lady that was there. There was like it was a big event. They used the gym because it was a nice gym. It was a big nice gym, and then like another school was there, and I remember like we were like going against them when at a time trying the new test,
The new sensors.
the new sensors, yeah. And then like I remember like I was just sparring and it was fine, and then after like I just saw him and I just mad. And like this poor girl, I didn't mean to let it on this girl, but I was so mad, and then I just like I just saw red and I just let it out. Grabbed her and I like yanked her and I went over the top. I was just so mad. And then after like, oh my God, I got yelled at. So I was thrown in the room. It was so bad. Like I got screamed at. It was like physical contact. Dude. And then like after everyone, like people saw and they're like, holy shit, what happened? So there was like moments where like he was not afraid to show who he was. At some point, not super much, you know? Like another example, like we went to like Long Beach and like I was just out of it. I was like going through some like other stuff. I was just not in it. And like when I fought, like I got beat up so bad, but like I was just like, whatever. And I remember like he was screaming at me in the middle of the match as people were trying to take off my suit. I'm like, dude, this is insane. But like I was just so numb to it. I was like, I don't really care. Like I don't care at all.
Yeah. Now, I know I talked to Priscilla about this on her interview, but you guys are still kind of training, but it's not the same thing.
No, yeah.
No, like does the experience that you went through, how does that like kind of like shape your like willingness or your love to like still train martial arts in general or just train in general?
Yeah. So like I would see Priscilla train the kids and I was like, oh, it's like I was so happy for her. Like she found her groove. I was like she's so good at coaching. She's an amazing coach. And like naturally talented. Like she just has a way with it. Like I wish I could coach that way. But whenever we go, like, and I wouldn't train because I was just not confident in myself. I was like, I just don't want to do this again. But I love it. I was too scared to go into it. But then like we'd go to like these tournaments with the kids she trained, and I'd see these girls. I'm like, dude, they're like being like coming from Taekwondo background, like, and like the way we trained, like our kicks are like 1,000 times better. And training kicks, like learning how to kick is really hard. Really hard. So I was like, I can do this shit. Like I can do this. Like easy peasy, no problem. So I was like, I told her, I was like, I think I want to compete. And I was like, I want to like show like not every girl fighter is like sucks, you know? Like, you know, I was like, a girl can kick nice. And I was like, and no one has like knows how to kick like
right.
That. So I started doing it, started training, and then I'm laughing because it's funny. I did a tournament, right? I prepped up for this tournament. My weight was good, which I can get into another thing about my weight cutting. Oh my gosh, that was crazy too.
That's a whole different podcast.
Oh my gosh, weight cutting, dude. Gosh. So I weighed in at 119, and I was doing Muay Thai. This was my first Muay Thai tournament. This is like 2 years ago, and like I feel good, I feel fine, and then like I'm like, whatever, I'm ready. Like I've been training for this, I got it. Like I was like, there's no one that's ever trained as hard as me. I always think that, like, there's no one that's trained as hard as me, or like, but you never know, right?
I mean, you guys did train freaking hard.
Yeah.
So I witnessed how hard you guys trained, how much you guys went through, all that stuff. Yeah, you guys went through a lot.
And like the consequences like he had for us, like he would have us kneel on the concrete outside for a punishment. Like that's psycho.
Yeah.
Anyways, so going to this match, like I was like, all right, I'm good. And then once I hit the mats, there was like people from our gym there that supported Ernie. I saw them. Gosh. They saw me about to compete. So they sat right there. And I was like, dude, seriously. And then when I started the match, like everything that like I practiced and everything that I was like prepping for, gone out the window. And like the anxiety hit. And I was like I blanked out. Like, and like, I'm not gonna take the credit away from the girl that beat me. She won fair and square. But I was like, looking back, I was like my skill level was like a lot higher than hers. I'm not even saying that as like to be cocky, but like I just totally blanked out and like I froze like a deer with headlights, froze. And I was like I couldn't move. And like the times I would hit, like I would hear like, okay, go. Like I would hit and I would land everything. And like the girl would like be stopped. But then like, I feel like I couldn't breathe. Like I was like, dude, what's going on? And then like in between the matches, Priscilla was like, you gotta focus, you got it. And I was like just like blank. But to be fair, I mean, it's just anxiety. But the girl I fought too, I weighed in at 119. We're always supposed to weigh in the same weight. The girl I fought was 126 pounds. That's
significant. That's a big difference.
And she weighed in the day before. We both weighed in the day before. So like, who knows
if she's even bigger.
And she was strong when I fought her. I was like, holy. But I just like, I blanked out and I was like, I had really like bad anxiety. And before, like I would never have like anxiety before a match because I wasn't allowed to with him, right? It was like, you have to win. You don't have any choice. This is it. So like, it didn't give me time to think. I just did it.
Yeah.
And like demolished, right? But then here I was like, holy shit. Like I felt that pressure. I need to win. It's like, I just lost it. So I like did shit my first fight. Then like a few months later, Priscilla was like, there's another match. I think you can do it. And I was like, yeah, I think so too. I think I can do it. And like, I didn't like, my confidence was still low, but I was like, I can do it. I know I can do it. Like I want to prove to myself. The last fight, I don't think I was more nervous about who was watching. And I can care less if they saw me get my ass beat. That happens. That's part of the game. I can care less. You learn from it. It just hit me, right? All at once. And it's like, it hit so bad. So the next fight, I came. I was training. I was still nervous though. Right before I was so nervous. I was like stressing out. I didn't talk to anybody. I was quiet. And then I was just like, I'm going to go. But like my strategy going in, I stayed so calm. And like, I feel like that was like one of the best performances I've ever done in my life, barring ever. And the girl didn't touch me once. I was like going at it, like, but I still had control. And then to the point where Priscilla was like, all right, pull back. You need to relax. But like, so I redeemed myself, you know, but it's just like going into it now, it's just a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, and you have every right to kind of be in that situation because of what you went through. Just hearing you kind of talk about how like you couldn't even have that type of anxiety when you were a kid because it was always you have to do this, have to do that. I remember because we've had kids in my studio, we've done really well. We may not have always been the best. We've always done pretty well, but it's because I know growing up, because I got my first team that I ran at 18. I'm an 18-year-old kid. Yeah. And so I'm taking kids to competitions. We're going to state, all this other stuff. We're doing all this stuff. I'm an 18-year-old person teaching these kids and their parents are over here and trust me with all this stuff with them. And like, I'm just kind of going about my day. And I just remember because, you know, block these names out, but you guys, like,
oh my gosh,
they're good. They were all really good. But the one thing I would always look and watch all these people, how are these kids that were my age and younger and all this stuff, how are they reacting when they lost? And the shit they would be talking, their parents would be talking shit. And like, how are they acting? Like your guys, like there was a lot of that, like, what the fuck? Like, all this type of shit like would come from them too. And I always looked at it like, I loved the competitive, I love that stuff. But like, I always thought that was just so much garbage because it wasn't just the kid having this bad sportsmanship. It was the coaches. It was the parents at the same time. And I hated it with a passion. And I told my students like, look, win or lose, I'm your coach. I love you no matter what. The one thing I only want you to do is come out here and fight your hardest. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Come out here and kick. If you're down by 10, you still better be kicking. I don't need you to win. I need you to fight. I need you to do your absolute best. Because a lot of schools like you guys, like those schools I mentioned, they train more than twice a week. Or train, like we only did our competition team training Friday nights for 2 hours, Saturday mornings for 2 hours, maybe 2.5. And that was it. Every other day was for traditional Taekwondo and self-defense training. Competitions were always secondary. And to my student, it'll never be first because I want my kids life lessons and all this other stuff. We teach the 5 tenets of Taekwondo we're supposed to know: integrity, courtesy, self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit. That will never take precedent over winning matches. I don't care if we have national champions. I don't care if we have whatever. all that stuff that we teach, that my instructor, I'm thankful for my instructor instilling that in me because I hated it. I remember I was still a competitor. And again, cut it out, was fighting one of our guys.
Yeah.
And it was two black belts fighting for gold, and it was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And my team was talking shit. Their team was talking hella shit. Some of the students over there talking shit to the parents, stuff like that. I stood up on the damn, was it the bleacher?
Yeah.
Yelled at my team, parents included, "Hey, knock it off." I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Because I thought that way my team looked ugly as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling at them, don't you ever, I don't care what they're doing. I don't care how bad they scream at you. You never do, because we were all wearing the King's Martial Arts logo on our chest, on our back. I was like, you do not represent our school and our master that way. And I'm a kid. I'm like 14, 15. And like, but seeing that ugliness that the competition world does bring out of you, hey, maybe we'll never have the best champions. But like looking how it, you know, what it did to you guys. And just kind of seeing the arrogance a lot of people have. Yeah. Maybe even like, that's what kind of brought him to be the way he was. The arrogance of winning stuff and always having to be the best or do this. And, you know, I get my way if I, you know, do what needs to be done and don't give a shit about, you know, morals and stuff. Yeah. Like I hated that. It kills me to see people that went through it and seeing that negative impact that it had on people, because it's not all about winning. It really isn't. Even the people that are champions will tell you one day, like, look, you know, winning was what they were all about. But like, to a point, you got to be able to, you know, go beyond that, because you're not going to win forever. Yeah.
And like, how do you learn from that, right? You got to lose to learn.
Exactly.
And that's what happened with me. Like, I finally like took a really hard L to like realize like, okay, like, what can I do to be better? What can I do mentally? Because I realized it was more physical, like, more than just physical. Like physically, I could do it. Now mentally, how can I do it? So like with the trainings, like how he was, like every time we went to competition, he's like, no one's your friend here. Can't trust anybody here. And it's like, I always hated that, because it's like, how do you grow from that? How do you just stay in your bubble and expect your fighters to grow or expect them to be better? And even then, within our own gym, we're all competition to each other. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this person's going to get you. Oh, this person's better than you. Oh, let's have them fight each other. And the parents too. The parents were like, this
never your friend.
Never your
Hide
friend.
your badge. Don't wear your belt until it's time, because you don't want people sizing you up.
Yep. And then it's like even at these competitions, like how you were saying, like with these parents and like these friends and not like students, it was like, even if you lost, like they looked at you like, oh, you lost. Like, you could have done this. You can. It's like, what do you know? You go in the fucking ring. You go in the ring and show me.
You were in the ring, dude. You don't know.
And it's like, you know, and it's like for the teammates, like being kids, like the kids were always there to like, you know, you always had your back with your teammates, but like you couldn't be seen with that, because then you would get mad. Like, oh, they lost. Like they need to learn from that mistake.
That's horrible, dude.
Yeah, like it was like.
See, my favorite part about competition was the fact that all day you're at a competition with your teammates. You're having fun before, you're hanging out after, you're cheering your teams on, win or lose, you guys are all having fun, and you're all at hometown buffet after. Like,
yeah, it was like never fun. It was never fun. It was like...
And see, I had such a different perspective look on the outside in. Like, I was like envious of what you guys had, because in my head, it was completely different. And then have that gone, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, even like when I would win, or even when a lot of us would win, I could speak, like, we were never happy. Like, my mom said that too. She was like, win or lose, you were never happy. I was like, I never was. Like, in the pictures, I was just like it was never enough. It was never enough. And then I remember after every tournament, like, he'd have us all sit down and like go through what did you place? What did you place? What did you place? Okay, well, you lost because of this. And it wasn't even like a learning lesson. It was more like, you didn't fucking listen. You didn't listen to me. And this is why you lost. And this is why you got your ass kicked. And you got your belt taken away. That was it.
You got your belt taken away for losing?
Yep. Got our belts taken away for losing. That was just like, that was easy.
And that's minor.
That was minor.
To me, it's like, that's so messed up.
Yeah. And it's like, what? Like, it was ridiculous. And it's like, so unfortunate. And like that's really like, being like brought up that way, like has shown me to be really empathetic towards kids, like teaching and like seeing Priscilla like coach them. Like, she's like hard on them, you know, like she has to be. She's going to be hard, but not literally, right? No pun intended, right? But like, I think with me, like we're kind of like good cop, bad cop. Like, and she gives them the reassurance thing. I'm not saying she doesn't. But I'm always like, come on, y'all, you got it. Like, it's okay. Like, it happens. And then, you know, like, I'm always like a little more empathy.
Yeah, a
Like,
coach has have to have, like, coaches can't be nice all the time. They can't.
No, yeah.
Like, there has to be this edge to it. I remember when I was coming up as an instructor, my master was mean as hell. I mean, there was days we were over, like, lifting our legs up, and if they went too low, like a screamer stick, to the leg.
That's
like,
how it was with us.
It was rough, and like we went through that. And there was still a lot of love and caring at different times. But when we were competing and we were doing these hard trainings, it was rough and tough. Bloody knuckles, you got a bloody nose, cool. Stuff toilet paper in there, get back on the mat. I was the king of throwing up during training. So
my gosh, me too.
Put one on the side, yak, fight the next round. And there was a lot that a lot of people think to this day is like, wow, that was child abuse. We were getting in the ring to fight somebody.
Yeah.
When I started, everyone got headshots. And then when I got to the level or to the age where you got headshots now, I never had a tournament where I didn't get the kick to the head. Yeah. And so we had all this stuff. It was like brutal, and there was no extra points for headshot. It was all just fight. And I just remember like that roughness was important. So at my studio, when I started becoming an instructor, I was known as the mean guy, the rough one, but I was also the fun one. There was that balance of trying to build a trust and let them know, like, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to bring you down, but I'm going to kick you in the ass when you mess up. Like, I'm going to get on you when you're not rising to your potential. But then to hear, like, you guys are, even if you do well or doing good, like, you guys have no happiness. Like, there's a difference between a champion not being satisfied with a win versus never being happy. Because yes, you might win. Cool. I got it. I'm here. This is my next step. More. That's a championship mentality. But if you're like just never happy, even with the wins, it's like,
it was
the hell you doing it for?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, and I would try multiple times to quit. And it was always like, no, you can't. And I was like, dude, I want to leave so bad. It was so toxic. Like, overall, like, so toxic. And like a little brief, like, about the weight cutting. Like, I cut like 15 pounds in 2 weeks. My weight cut was bad. And like at the time, like that's where I started forming like body dysmorphia. I didn't realize it. And like an eating disorder. Like being in my undergraduate, I studied kinesiology. And so I did a presentation about weight cutting. And like I learned about like the eating disorders, this and that. And I was like, holy shit, I had an eating disorder without knowing. Like after like a weight cut, like I would eat so much and then I would starve myself. Then I'd eat so much, starve myself. Like it was just not good. And then like you'd always do like when I like started cutting the weight, you were like, oh my gosh, you look so skinny. And I was like, was I never skinny before? And then he would be like, yeah, show everybody your stomach. That's not normal. I look at my neck now. I'm like, wait, what the heck? That's not. He's like, yeah, like show. And then like the adult, they would look and be like, oh, but like that's not normal. So like I always like had a really like hard time with like body image after that. And I was like, what, 15 years old? I had no idea what body image was.
Yeah.
So
they didn't have all these words for it back then.
Right. Yeah. And I was like, I was always weight cutting. And then like, I remember my mom would be like, not anymore. I was like, I have to. It was more like, and like, cause he forced me. And then the people I'd fight were like 10 feet tall. Like those girls are tall, like super skinny, but tall. Bro,
I get it. I was the short, stocky dude. Like I was weighing like 115 at like, less than 5 feet, 5 foot here, like 115, 120. And these guys are 120 something or 150, 120. They're already like almost 6 foot. And I'm fighting these dudes looking up like this. Like, how the hell am I going to win this? I'm barely 5'9". I didn't get to this height till like junior year of high school. So it's like, if you're not tall and skinny, this sport's hard. Well, fuck, man. Again, I know that I love this industry and the story that you and your partner have told, it's a horror story. But the thing is, you guys were able, by the grace of God, by the grace of whatever, to be able to make it on the end, make sure that he got put away and still be able to live your lives and kind of grow from this. And I think that your guys' story is very, very important because a lot of people, it doesn't matter what industry it is, there are bad people in everywhere across this world in every industry that are going to find a way to take advantage of people. Yeah. And the fact that, a lot of you girls didn't even know it was happening to other people, that you guys thought you were alone and not afraid to speak up. It's important that we tell these stories because, martial arts is a beautiful thing. And to hear about this, like, and people that aren't even in it might have heard this story, like, oh, I'm never putting my kid in something like that.
Yeah.
I'm never doing this. Like, it's not everybody, but you have to pay attention.
Yeah,
you have to be there. Like I tell people all the time, like I will, defend all my students. I will be there. Like I'll do everything for everybody in my martial art world, but never give anyone 100% trust.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
they could be the most trustworthy person. My master, he was a very good person. Regardless of him and I maybe not always seeing eye to eye, we've had a falling out.
Yeah.
To this day, he's a very good person because there were rules and standards of things that you did not do. There was appropriate and inappropriate, and he had a lot of bad things to say about Ernie because of certain things that he didn't like, that he didn't saw, things that he heard. He wouldn't go into detail, but he you don't do this, this, and that. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. I get what you're saying, but I still have this like good image on him. But your guys' story and you guys coming to tell it, whether it's getting out to 1 million people or even just a few, knowing that you don't deserve nothing that you guys got, nothing that has come your way, that you guys are important enough and you guys should have to be able to say something. Like, obviously, like, I have these shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, I wish you guys would have told me. I wish you would have shown me the recording. Like, I would have been by your side. I would have ran through the studio.
And
like,
we did actually, like, we talked about that. We're like, we tell Michael. I was like, I don't want to put him in the middle of this. Like, right. And like, that's what it was. And then like, because Priscilla was the one I was like, we should come here. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember him, like seeing him. And then he was like, I think like we should tell him. I don't want to put him in and like have Ernie come against him. I was like, he's psycho. Like, no, yeah, you're right. So like, we did think about it. I remember we did talk about it.
I know my mom just went to every single one of you guys' like the hearings and stuff like that. And she was telling me stuff. And me, like, I couldn't bring myself to go. And every time she was telling me and like saying what happened here or, how you guys are doing, like I feel so bad to this day because a few times actually I snapped on her. I was like, Mom, shut up. Like, stop. Because like it would just bring this. And I would just think about how you guys looked at each other that day. And it's like, there's so many things that could have been going on in your head. It's like, I could have been there for people or for you guys. It's like, I felt like I couldn't even face you guys in those moments either. Because it was like, but I'm so glad that you guys, were able to say something. You guys were able to do something. And you guys are brave enough to even keep telling your story. So I really appreciate you for coming on and feeling strong enough to even speak up. I know you're nervous, but
I was really nervous, y'all.
I commend you. I'm proud of you guys
Thank you.
greatly. And I just hope that this gets to people to let them know that you can just do something about it. Stop letting others control your life.
Yeah, like anyone out there, like if you're going through it, like speak out. Like find someone that you trust, like don't let anyone take advantage of you. Like telling you, like I was able to get out of this, like anyone, like you can speak up and like not take that abuse.
Yeah.
It's really important. Like for all the little girls out there, even boys, like you just don't know what's going on. So
well, Kassie, I appreciate you for coming on.
you.
Appreciate you for telling the story. Y'all, this has been the MAQ Attack podcast. Like and subscribe on the 2 Coin TV network, and I'll see y'all next time.
Peace. Thank you.
You're welcome.